Good evening from Vietnam, Paco. Thanks a lot for spending your afternoon on the Friday and joining our inside sharing and share your stories with our audience. And on behalf of our listener, we want to say thank you for your generosity to spend your time with us.
Thanks, for the opportunity.
Hey, Paco, in our culture, it is very honor if we can have you to have introducing about who you are and a little bit about the works that you do. Would you do that for us?
Sure. And well, I like to say that I'm a catalyst of transformation. I really think that we live in complex times. I'm sure that you have heard, and in all, I'm sure that in at least one of your programs, someone has mentioned the VUCA word, no? This concept of what that defines our time, no? This volatile uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity that we are living on. And as some people say that we are now living in an accelerated time, so we're not a VUCA word but a bunny, no? That is like the VUCA but accelerated, no? More fragile in some way. And I think that what I'm trying to do and what I'm dedicating my professional life is trying to embrace this situation that has been with us for maybe 40 years now. No, the VUCA concept was is coming from the 80s, and I'm a catalyst. I will try to accelerate the to embrace this change. So, and I'm doing this from different ways. I work in from the inside out, no, and helping people exploring themselves, knowing themselves, and generate some change. And in that regards, a coach, a transformational coach for individuals, but I'm also a mentor for business, also in the transformation journey, but trying to help this journey of embracing transformation to create a better world, to create in every single way, no? From small changes to big initiatives and startups and transforming organizations. No? But while trying to generate that small, I'm trying to put that small seed that in some time is going to generate some positive impact in some way.
Wow. If we never undermine the power of small little things, right? Because small little change add up together, we create huge change. So if we can, share our hands and our thoughts, our works to change the world just a little by little, and we can together create a beautiful world the way we envision it. So thanks for doing that, Paco. Allow me to travel back in time with you together. Okay. So when I was young, I always wanted to become an astronaut and wearing the suit, right? Jumping in different planet. And it was fascinating to me, but life didn't give me any chance to do anything close to that. So when you were young, what did you dream about your future, though?
Well, and I think that well, something similar to what's happening to me now. No, I wanted to see a lot of things. No, I wanted to live a lot of lives. No, and well, I was born in Mexico City, and in Mexico, well, you know that these the fighters, no, la lucha libre, no, that is called, no, these masked guys, no, that are a mix between circus and sport, no, but there's a lot of show around. Were the kind of superheroes for the popular classes, no? And I wanted to be one of those. No? There was one famous that was El Santo, and well, it was one of those. But yeah, also a fireman. Yeah, I think that astronaut as well. I love space exploration, but I think that the one that I wanted to be is an explorer. No, and in this way, like Marco Polo or even a pirate, no, that they are traveling the seven seas, no, and And I think that that was maybe the strongest. I wanted to know more and more and more people, more places, more cultures, trying different things. And I think that
Mm.
that for me was the strongest passion on life.
Ah, so you want to become an explorer, right? So travel, do things differently, knowing different culture, meeting different kind of people, and perhaps that's the reason that you left the country and moved to Europe. Was that the reason?
That was, yeah, for sure. That was one of the reasons. No, well, I have to say that I used a time. Well, you know that there are sometimes that you need to reinvent yourself. No, and at that time I remember that there were a lot of changes in my life. While I was starting a relationship with my wife now, and we both had this pending. The European experience, no, was a pending. Matter, and well, we say, well, let's go there to explore, no? And we were explore well, we were trying to put in place a trip. I don't know if 2 weeks are going to be enough, maybe 3 weeks, but we wanted to do things that were in January, some others were in March, some other in August, and some others in December, no? So let's think of well, 1 year, no? But well, it's going to be impossible to do all those things that we had in our bucket. So well, why don't you just move there and see what happens? So, and without knowing Europe, well, we decided to come here and see. Well, let's see what has what is happening, no? And well, we can try and well, that idea of exploring without knowing, but well, knowing that there's going to be there was a good net for protecting us. So we got a job here, and we decided to move and try. And yeah, yeah, that was some exploration on it.
That's a very big exploration because you decided to leave everything behind and move everything, move into the new life in the new continent. Is totally different than where you and your wife grew up, right? So Europe is totally different than South and Central America in every aspect of it. So and so the I'm curious about the when you got there, how did you get here to the state that you're doing the transformational catalyst to help individual and organization to activate their purpose and accelerate the positive impact they can bring to the world? Share us that journey though.
Well, I love mentors, no, that figure of some people, no, some teachers that you have in your life, and I think that well, I love knowledge, I love education, I love reading, I love well, traveling, and those things that can give us additional experiences and knowledge, and but most than any other thing, I love my mentors, no? And there are a lot of people that they have been my teachers in life, and from a lot of people there, starting with well, for sure, my mom is one of the first examples, and maybe the closest that I have, but also some people that were in different areas, not in some cases at the school or in well, we used to go to the YMCA, that from the
Mm.
song. We were members in Mexico, and there was one guy there, Demetrio, no, that is also one of my teachers in life. And from there, well, some teachers at university, some friends that are really teachers in my life. And from
Mm.
all those, I discovered one thing, that in any important transformation, any important initiative that is generating positive impact for the society, the group, and a small group or a whole community, have putting people in the center is essential, no? And it is really the key ingredient, no? And bringing people and sharing and co-creating, and the power of collaboration and the power of collective intelligence is there, no? And I think that in all cases, people were sharing a lot, people were open, people were flexible to change and to involve more people in their
Mm.
initiatives. Yeah, I learned that. I don't know when. There's no a single moment. I think it's a cumulative process, no? And when I started my career, I have to say I'm an industrial engineer. Uh,
Mm.
I started working in consulting, in manufacturing, logistics, no, that is very mechanic process, no. Then I was using technology, and I was invited to join another consulting firm to do some more technology, but in this case for finance. And
Mm.
then I was invited to a tech company that it was called PeopleSoft, that they have
Ah.
in the name of the company they have people, right? So and I think that that was very important, and I was there to build some human capital applications, no? And then I was able to see the potential of transformation of people related technology in how in the performance of the organizations, and how this was helping, no, and generating value, no? And at the end it was how you are treating your people, no, how you are taking care of your people, how are you including them in decision making, that are going to transform and are going to yeah, to squeeze and extract all the potential of people to generate more
Mm.
value for sure for your shareholders, but also for your customers, but and the rest of the stakeholders. So, and it's that thing, no? You know, and again, I think that all those things and all the journey was for me to join that company and to
Mm.
understand that the key ingredient on every single transformation, positive transformation in the world, is related with a small group of people that are going to generate something, no, something that can start as small as well, we were mentioning before, no, but that can then generate and allowing the space for people to thrive, no, for people to flourish. And if we have people flourishing, we are going to have organizations flourishing as well, and societies flourishing as well. And I think that is that combination. So yeah, I think that that awareness and that is, it was funny, from starting in something really, really mechanic and those processes to
Mm.
the wholeness of creating beautiful organizations, no, that give a space for their people to really thrive, no, to succeed, to give and generate value and receive some value back as well.
And then since when you open your own company though? Sorry.
Well, there was, yeah, there was a time actually I was working for PeopleSoft when other organization bought that company, and
Mm-hmm.
that organization was very hierarchical and was in that model, no, of, that I think that is from the past, that is very mechanic, no, and it's really focusing on the practical things and very hierarchical, and it's role based, and you are there to do one thing and not the rest. That is, well, this was not for me, so I decided to jump out of that organization and create something new. Also, we're trying to give some value, no, to the at that time in the market where we were implementing that software. That for me was an important part to then transform the organizations. And yeah, we created that company. It was together with my wife. Actually, well, she was the CEO. I was just working for her. And now we were working together to create something new, and we wanted to create something different, you know, because we we had worked previously in other consulting organizations that it was that structure, no, that is very hierarchical, and this is only benefits for the management or some people on this pyramid. And we were trying to give something better, to create something different, and to pay every single hour work. That for me, that I never received a payment for my overtime previously, no. And say, well, if people are working, they are dedicating time, they need to be compensated, no, and compensated well, no, in a very competitive thing. So we were trying to put those ideas there, and it worked well. I think I'm really happy on that. But we were depending on a provider of the software that was generating, and they were the market maker for our segment, and they decided to move to other business. So we also had to to move to other areas, and well, we sold that part of our operations and that company. And then, well, I moved again, no? And I went to work in a different country from Monday to Friday. Well, here in Europe, what the difference compared to America is that you can live in several countries. Now you can work in one country and then your weekends in other. Well, Europe is small compared to the rest of the world. And I was living in Luxembourg from Monday to Friday, and well, coming back for the weekend to at that time in Madrid, and then the second time to Barcelona. But yeah, working for another organization that I think is really really important, and for me it's a key element for this experiment that is called Europe.
Ah, wow. And how after years of helping to be a catalyst and help people and organization transform, how does that feel to you, Paco?
Well, well, my feeling is that there's a lot of work to do, no? So, um, and until now, I have to say, yesterday I had a conversation with one of my mentors, actually, no? One person, Daniel, that he is one of the ambassadors of the B Corps here in Europe. He's one of the co-founders of B Lab in Europe, and they are transforming organizations as well with their model.
Mm.
And I was talking with him on because well, now I'm looking for something else. No, in my what's next. No? And until now, I have been working, let's say, in the comfort zone area. No, maybe I don't know exactly the numbers. I don't think that we can know the numbers, but I think that people that are conscious that they are living their purpose, no, that they are generating positive impact, that they are doing what they want in life, that they have
Mm.
explored themselves, that they know what they want, that they are doing this, is a small portion of people. And let's put 15%. Because once that you know your purpose, I think that it's complicated not to work on it. No? So knowing that is that gives you extra power, no extra energy uh, to work on that, and it's something that you cannot stop. No? I think that you need to do it, and that's the
Mm.
power of purpose. No? But that's easy then. Working with them is easy because they are already convinced. No, they are aware, they are conscious. No, and they have the possibilities to work to that. No, in a normal situation. No, in a normal situation with freedom and with that you can decide, no? Freely. But the complicated part is to work with the rest of the people. Let's say if those are 15%, 85%, I think that are not yet or have not yet discovered their purpose. No, and
Ah.
there's a phrase from Mark Twain that say there are two times that are the two times that are the 2 days that are more important in your life are the day that you are born and the day that you know the reason, so that you understand why you are here. No, and that
Mm.
I think it's a gift. No, because if you know the reason and why are you here, you know your why. No, you need you know your purpose. No, then it's easy to try to and experiment and try to find the way. You have your North Star now. Well, you need to go. It's not a clear path, no, but well, you need to move in that direction. No? And whatever you are doing to reach that North Star, it's okay, even if you are wrong, no,
Ah.
because then you know that you can fix your path and try something different, no? And but every single experiment is going to be fantastic, and that is the thing that I want to do now, no? To help more people to do that, no? To scale the impact and to work with that people that they don't know their purpose yet, no? Because then it's more complicated to, it's not only a matter of activating, no? We need to discover, to help them to discover that. And the only
Yep.
person that can discover that is oneself, no? So, yeah, I want to facilitate that. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but it's my own exploration on how to help more people to do it.
Yep. And Paco, I see that the beautiful thing is you've been, from the industrial engineer background, you've been able to go into a different field, right? And realize your own purpose. And then because of that, real life experience, it helps you to have the ground that you can help people to understand their whys and activate their purpose, right? And like you say, a lot of people out there living in life on autopilot and do things, let life carry them. So they yet figure out their purpose, right? It took me a very long time for me to realize why I'm here and why I'm doing what I do also. So if if you meet somebody new and you want to help them to activate their whys, how can we help them to do that, Paco?
Well, I think that there's a superpower. It's a free ingredient, and the recipe is free. It's not easy, but
Mm,
and this is related to the power of vulnerability. So you need to be open, and you need to understand that in my case, it's well, for me it was really easy not to understand that I'm not perfect. No, I like me a lot, but I know that I'm not perfect, and I'm allowing me to fail a lot and to be wrong and to try it. But and if I fail, well, it doesn't matter if I'm doing in the right way. If I'm not impacting negatively someone else, and if I'm doing that, well, also recognizing and trying to fix it, no, and ask for a part of it, but trying in any case, no, and in some cases, well, instead of permission, but try, and then if yeah, you can then try to fix it if it's not working on something, no? Well, uh, and again, in a measured way, no? When I say that I'm experimenting a lot, is well, you need to plan for this, no? But it's being open to that, no? And I think being open to fail, no? And
mm,
accepting that the others can fail as well, because this plays in both ways, no? So. Um, yeah, I love a TED Talk. Well, I love TED. No, I have been an organizer of some TEDx here in Spain related to climate change. But I love TED conferences and TED Talks. And there's one from Brené Brown that she talks
mm,
about the power of vulnerability. And I think that this is something that I recommend to someone that they are starting to explore themselves is watch this video and be open to failure, be open to be vulnerable, no? And let's have a conversation then, no? And let's start exploring and this thing, because this journey sometimes is not easy, no? So and can be painful, no? Sometimes, and you need a lot of acceptance, no? And self knowledge and self awareness, and but they start with you. So and you need to know yourself and being open to explore, knowing that maybe some things are not going to be just roses and wine.
mm. Cause life's never like red and white. It's multicolor, right? So it's a joy in exploring. Like you are the explorer, right? So exploring, and on the part of exploring, then there's a lot of questions we can raise up and asking our own self, and then find the answer. That's how we can be able to find own answers to the why question, right? Hey Paco, I have two last questions for the conversation we are having today. And the first question is about thinking because my wife and I, we've been in the quest to find the secrets, how people think. And the reason for that is because we both believe that our ability to think these days is diminishing, it's not increasing at all. So every chance we talk to expert like you are, and you have been working with a lot of great thinkers, and your job involve a lot of thinking in between also. So, Paku, how have you been helping yourself to expand your ability to think?
Well, I've been saying for me the idea of mentoring, and for sure finding some mentors, that they are challenging me to keep thinking and to reflect
Mm,
and again, I think that we always it's a personal thing as well, no?
mm,
Being well, I'm sure that I don't know everything, and as a matter of fact, a lot of things that I know are wrong, no? So it's again, I think that that vulnerability. So, well, challenging yourself is one, but also I think that it's
mm,
important the power of community, no, and finding the right communities for you, no, that is not a
mm,
single one, eh? So in some cases is, well, trying to go to places where you are meeting people that are different, that they have other ways of thinking, no. So and trying to build your your that are coming from different areas, no. And I think that as diverse, much better, no. And looking for diversity is essential, no. So
mm.
culturally, from different backgrounds, different knowledge, different studies, different ages. Um, Try to do things in a different way. Different. Well, as a matter of fact, I created one of the initiative that I created is called the Happiness Lab here in Barcelona, and we had in there the idea or the original idea. It has grown, and now we're doing different things there, no? But the idea of happiness is not only joy, no, and practicing and doing becoming a social club, no. It was a
Mhm.
reflection, a reflection space, no, and bringing people from different practices, no, for sure, coaches and teachers and philosophers and practitioners from different religions, and so their vision of the world is completely different. So being exposed to that and listening a lot, and I think that is really important. Listening, it's a great way of generating new thinking. No, and also somebody told me once that well, nature gave us uh, 2 ears and one mouth just to at least listening twice as we speak, no. So we need to listen more and being exposed to uh, diverse people as possible.
So find the mentor who have you to challenge you so that you can expand your perspective, your way of thinking. Then get into the right kind of communities with the diversity in the background so that it can help you to expand your knowledge and your and the networks, right? And the third is that to
Yeah.
listen more so you can absorb more information back in. That
Mhm.
is secret sauce that make people think it's better, right?
Yeah, I will remove the right on the right communities, no. So be
Yep.
exposed as many communities as possible because you never know what is right. So but yeah.
So join more communities so that you can pick the one that fits well with you, that right for you, right?
Exactly, but experiment as much as possible.
Wonderful, wonderful. I really like that idea because when we like a long ago, I for many years I used to hang around with the people in my own tribe. So if we work in the human resource industry, we tend to spend a lot of time in dealing with the HR people and stuff like that, right? And until one day, that idea of expanding to different industries came, and I was I was very reluctant on that. I was like, okay, what benefit, like brought if I involve into the people in a different background, they're not gonna be able, to share our language. They're not gonna be adding any values to us and stuff like that. So I was very skeptic about that, Paku. And then, one day I allow myself to join, the IT group, the sales group, the marketing group, and it's changed my world totally. Changed my world totally, and thanks for
Absolutely.
sharing that secret of, man, that you share today, all right?
My pleasure.
Mm. Paku, my last question is going to be about the future, right? So we knew that you grew up in Mexico City, wanted to become an explorer, got married to your wife, and then moved to Europe, instead of, spending a period here and there. So that decided to, leave everything behind, move to Europe and work there, live there. And now you help people to find their purpose and accelerate change in their life through, being a catalyst to helping them. It's a very noble things that you are doing, and I want to say thank you for that. So you need to do more. The world needs a lot of people like you to do that. All right. Heading to the future, is there anything exciting that you are working on and you want to share with us so we can celebrate with you in advance?
Yeah, well, again, I'm exploring a lot, but there's one project in particular that I'm putting in place that is educational platform, no, the ed tech platform, where I want to facilitate people to find well how to move from the awareness that we need to act for the implementation of the agenda, the 2030 agenda and the sustainable development goals,
Mm.
moving from the awareness to the action. So,
Ah,
and the idea is to create the smallest sprints where you are going to get some training, some knowledge, and some inspiration of some activities, but also the some material for you to start putting in place your own roadmap for doing something related to uh, avoiding using one single use plastics in your life, or
mm,
how to move to green energy in your home, at your company, how to fight hunger, how to fight for peace in the world. So, as with the Sustainable Development Goals as a roadmap,
mm,
inviting people to create their own plan and contribute to the implementation of the SDGs and the agenda.
mm,
And because again, and it's like crowdsourcing thing, no? So, and the idea behind is that if we all collaborate with a small amount, no, of effort to the change that we need, collectively, we are going to generate that positive impact. The
absolutely.
platform is it's in the idea phase. It's called Action for Earth, uh, and well, it's still there. But I think that we are going to launch the first experiments in December, maybe, in in a platform called Mighty Networks. I'll let you know for sure when we are launching this, and I think that is going to be something to try at least. No, it's going to be well, no animals are going to be used on the testing this experiment, so we are not causing damaging, and we'll see how this evolves. And the idea is to create this collectively, so it's not something that is going to be pushed, but it's going to bring experts from the different topics on how to use solar panels, how to do some actions at home that can help you to improve your energy consumption, how to explore yourself, to decide what to do, what to do with the purpose, and again bringing from different areas, but trying to remove a little bit the friction of transformation, and helping and inspire people to do their first steps on the transformation.
Wow, how beautiful. I think that one way to change for a better world is through education and through the things that you just say, like bring the experts in and let them share the expertise, let them share the how to's, right? And the technology is now actually being able to transfer those, like small little courses like that around the world so people can, pick, learn, and apply. And like you say, make it into action is where it start to deliver the outcomes that benefiting for everybody in here. And collectively, if I think that as human beings, we want to do something well for one another, we want to do something well for the planet earth that we are living. So I wish you, Paku, all the best resources that you're gonna have, all the best people that gonna join force to support you with that vision and make that, like that works that you do to be a success. And I love to see you in person one day. If you and your wife and your children travel to this part of the world, we are here. Let us know that so that we can welcome you to our beautiful country. Okay.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for creating these spaces. I think it's beautiful what you are doing as well. So congratulations, all the success as well. Well, I think it's being successful, but more and more to come. And same thing, when you are coming here to Spain, let us know. And even without Messi, I think it's still worth visiting. It's beautiful, and yeah, more than happy to welcome you here in this part of the world. Thanks again for the
Absolutely,
opportunity,
man.
and we'll be in
That's
contact for sure.
Well, definitely, definitely. My wife and our children will travel to Europe one day. Definitely, Spain is on the list, and we'll let you know. So I would love to invite you out for a cup of beers together. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, my friend. You
We
have a
are in.
wonderful weekend and enjoy the weekend. And say hello to your family first. Okay.
Thanks, thanks a lot for the opportunity. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.